For many years after their introduction to the world of entertainment, video games were seen as a child's toy. While companies like Nintendo profited greatly off of the friendly family aspect of gaming, other game developers looked to break new boundaries. In the late 90s, a small studio with a big attitude known as DMA Design aimed to further mature the medium of games by creating titles with adult audiences in mind. At the forefront of their efforts was Grand Theft Auto, a franchise name that would go on to receive household recognition due to its exceptional level of violent and sexual content. The story of how Grand Theft Auto got made and the games themselves are packed with controversy, so let's take a look at this immensely popular and buzzworthy series. Welcome to ZeroDeaths, where today we'll be counting down 15 things you didn't know about Grand Theft Auto. Like the game series it's based on, this video might contain some graphic content, so viewer discretion is advised. Let's let our naughty side run wild as we discover the secrets in this expansive world of virtual crime. Number 15. GTA 5 is the best-selling media item ever. On these lists, we often talk about how much cash a game franchise rakes in, but none can compare to the likes of Grand Theft Auto 5. Originally released in 2013 on systems like the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, the game has managed to earn an astounding amount of money. Since 2013, the game has sold over 130 million copies on modern and previous generation systems, with even more money being spent on the ultra-popular Grand Theft Auto 5 Online. All in all, Grand Theft Auto 5 has made well over $6 billion, making it the best-selling piece of media ever made. Not even massively popular films like Star Wars and Avatar can match the mountain of money that GTA 5 has made. Number 14. There are 11 Grand Theft Auto games. When it comes to the pure number of Grand Theft Auto games available, the franchise touts an equal quantity to its quality. There are 7 entries in the mainline franchise, starting with the original Grand Theft Auto from 1997 and continuing to the most recent Grand Theft Auto 5 from 2013. In addition to the numbered games, Grand Theft Auto, Vice City, and San Andreas make up the rest of the console offerings. If you're playing on a handheld console, there are 4 other GTA games to choose from, including titles for the Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, and PlayStation Portable. If that's not enough open-world content for you, there are also 4 expansion packs that add new characters, missions, and areas to explore. Number 13. The creators of GTA also made Lemmings. Grand Theft Auto was not the first blockbuster hit developed by DMA Design. That honor goes to Lemmings, the cute but deceptively morbid puzzle game. In Lemmings, players attempt to rescue tiny characters from marching to their death by assigning tasks to each character. It's a simple concept and one that's easy to understand, but it gets tougher than you might expect. Lemmings was an instant hit when it released in 1991, selling an absurd number of copies for its time. Since 1991, Lemmings has sold over 15 million copies total, spawning 5 other sequels and a handful of spin-off games. In fact, the success of DMA Design's later projects can be attributed to the high-profile release of Lemmings, as it greatly helped the studio establish itself early on. Number 12. The highest-rated Nintendo DS game is GTA. The Nintendo DS is one of the most successful handheld systems ever made, with more than 150 million units sold. As with most Nintendo consoles, players can play many timeless franchises like The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Bros., and Tetris. Due to such massive competition, you might be surprised to learn that the highest-rated game on the Nintendo DS is actually a Grand Theft Auto title. According to Metacritic, one of the leading websites in ranking entertainment, Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars is the DS game that garners the most praise. With an overall score of 93 out of 100, Chinatown Wars has been better received than classic games like Mario Kart DS, Advance Wars Dual Strike, and more. If you needed any more proof that GTA is an undeniable success, look no further than Chinatown Wars and its legacy on the otherwise kid-friendly Nintendo DS. Number 11. There are hundreds of songs on the GTA radio stations. At the very beginning of development on the original Grand Theft Auto, the developers always prioritized the atmosphere and vibe. Sure, having complete freedom to drive around a city is cool, but every exciting adventure needs an equally impressive soundtrack. The original Grand Theft Auto featured 7 distinct radio stations, each focusing on a different genre or music culture. While the songs in the first GTA were all original pieces of music made by the development team, later entries in the series have featured the latest and greatest in modern music. When you add up the dozens of radio stations available in the entire franchise, there are hundreds of hours of music and talk shows to enjoy. Number 10. The Statue of Liberty in GTA 4 has a beating heart. The Grand Theft Auto series has always featured an abundance of Easter eggs, but this specific secret in Grand Theft Auto 4 is one of the series' best. GTA 4 takes place in Liberty City, a fictional metropolis that very closely resembles New York City in the United States. Like New York City's iconic Statue of Liberty, Liberty City has its own towering woman of power, dubbed the Statue of Happiness. If you fly a helicopter to the base of the statue and look around, you can find a doorway with a sign that reads, "No hidden content this way." If you take a trip inside the statue and climb to the top, you can find an indestructible beating heart chained to the walls within. This was one of the first secrets discovered in GTA 4, rewarding curious players with an interesting and slightly controversial sight to behold. Number 9. The creators once partnered with Nintendo. After putting out the massively successful Lemmings titles, DMA Design was a hot new studio that many publishers were excited to work with. In 1994, a little company known as Nintendo offered them a partnership, which resulted in the release of Unirally on the Super Nintendo. Unirally was generally well received by gamers, so Nintendo doubled down and asked DMA Design for a new game to accompany the launch of their upcoming Nintendo 64 console. However, the developers started to show those not-so-kid-friendly tendencies as they began to develop an action game called Body Harvest. Nintendo, citing the high level of violence in Body Harvest, decided to part ways with DMA Design, ending this interesting and unexpected gaming tag team. Number 8. The orbital cannon in GTA Online is ridiculously powerful. GTA Online has gained a huge following since its release, as it allows players to enjoy the wild world of Grand Theft Auto 5 with tons of other players online. This massively multiplayer action title has seen a ton of free updates, with plenty of new guns, cars, and stuff for players to buy. In late 2017, the Doomsday Heist update added in a bunch of cool gear, including one incredibly powerful weapon called the Orbital Cannon. This remarkably deadly weapon costs a staggering $900,000 for players to purchase, so you'll need exceptionally heavy pockets to man this cannon. Even if you've purchased and installed the Orbital Cannon facility, you'll need an additional $500,000 every time you want to fire it. The high cost is definitely warranted though, as the Orbital Cannon is capable of killing any player on the map at any time, all while your character stays completely safe and sound. Many GTA Online players view the Orbital Cannon as a broken and annoying addition, as it gives a ridiculous amount of power to the richest players, not the most skilled. Number 7. Bigfoot might roam the forest in GTA San Andreas. For decades, people have researched all across the world to prove the existence of Bigfoot. Whether you call it the Sasquatch, Bigfoot, or Ape Man, many fans of urban legends have wondered if this towering humanoid is real. This urban legend has seemingly transferred itself to the virtual world, as some players started claiming that Bigfoot hangs out in the countryside of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. The hunt to find Bigfoot in San Andreas has been a fan-favorite activity for a long time, but by this point, the raw facts might be against them. Seeing as how the game came out over 15 years ago, if there was a Bigfoot to find, you would assume that we found him already. Regardless, the hunt for Bigfoot pushed Rockstar Games to include some wackier secrets in GTA 5, so maybe Bigfoot exists after all. Number 6. GTA cheat codes were ahead of their time. Growing up in the 90s, cheat codes were all the rage. Whether you fancy the paintball cheat in GoldenEye or the Big Head mode in NBA Jam, cheat codes let you alter your favorite games in fun ways. When Grand Theft Auto 3 and its sequels hit store shelves, the cheat codes quickly became as popular as the games themselves. While some cheats give players full health and armor or supply them with tons of weapons, other cheats change the very nature of the game itself. In fact, many of the Grand Theft Auto cheat codes work similarly to modern-day game mods. Using the right cheats, you can change the color of every streetlight, change the behavior of civilians, and even turn on flying cars. Generally speaking, the cheat codes in GTA have always pushed the envelope, giving players unprecedented access to play the game how they want. Number 5. Big Smoke's fast food order has become iconic. When you look at the Grand Theft Auto franchise overall, there are hundreds upon hundreds of characters, cutscenes, and quests to enjoy. Despite this outrageous variety, one specific scene has managed to rise above the rest and become a classic GTA moment. In the San Andreas mission called Drive-Thru, players make a pit stop at the neighborhood fast food joint for some quick grub. Big Smoke, a fan favorite character, accompanies you for the ride. When you finally pull up to the drive-thru to get your food, Big Smoke lays down a massive order of food, including 7 different combo meals, plus a large soda. This GTA joke has even made its way into the real world, with fans attempting to order and eat a similar meal at their restaurant of choice. Either way, Big Smoke's order in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is easily one of the most recognizable moments in the entire franchise. Number 4. GTA shares a universe with other Rockstar titles. In addition to Grand Theft Auto, Rockstar Games has created a few other controversial open-world games. In 2003, they released Manhunt, a game that tasks you with escaping Carcer City, a town full of crazed criminals that want you dead. Across the Grand Theft Auto franchise, there have been numerous references to Carcer City, leading many players to believe that the games take place in the same universe. In Grand Theft Auto 3, a radio station host mentions the city by name. In Vice City, some of the brands and shops are the same as they are in Carcer City. In San Andreas, some civilians will even mention Carcer City by name. Interestingly enough, both Grand Theft Auto and Manhunt also share a universe with Bully, the teen-rated game that Rockstar released in 2006. While the connections to Bully are not as strong as the connections to Manhunt, it's still interesting to see how all the worlds are interconnected. Number 3. The most expensive car in GTA is a muscle car. There are a lot of vehicles to steal and buy in the world of Grand Theft Auto. From mini-tanks to airplanes, players can hop into an assortment of vehicles and roam the city streets. Some of the most expensive vehicles will cost you millions of bucks, including fire trucks, Formula 1 race cars, and helicopters. When you whittle the list down to 4-wheeled vehicles only, the most expensive vehicle is actually a muscle car. While you might expect a super flashy sports car to occupy the top spot, the Imponte Ruiner 2000 from GTA 5 is just as impressive. As a modified version of the normal Ruiner car, the Imponte Ruiner 2000 packs an incredible destructive punch. The vehicle is outfitted with built-in machine guns, rocket launchers, and even a parachute hatch in case you drive off a cliff. If you've got the cash to spare and you're looking to cause a ruckus, the Imponte Ruiner 2000 is one of the best things money can buy. Number 2. GTA 5 will be on next-generation systems. Recently, on the PlayStation 5 reveal stream, Sony and Rockstar Games announced that Grand Theft Auto 5 will be releasing on the new systems in 2021. PlayStation 5 owners will also receive GTA Online for free at launch, as a thank you gift from Sony. The announcement has been met with mixed responses, as many fans have been hoping for a Grand Theft Auto 6 announcement instead. However, Grand Theft Auto 5 is slowly leaving its mark across gaming history books, as it's one of the only games to exist across 3 generations of game consoles. GTA 5 will also be launching on the new Xbox system around the same time, so Microsoft fans don't have to worry about being left out. Number 1. There are 3 universes in the GTA franchise. As we pointed out earlier, the Grand Theft Auto franchise shares a universe with other Rockstar titles, but that's not the whole truth. In fact, Grand Theft Auto actually consists of 3 distinct universes, including the 2D, 3D, and HD universes. Although many of the Grand Theft Auto games share similar cars and weapons, they are split into 3 canonical universes to separate the unique styles. The original games, GTA and GTA 2, belong in the appropriate 2D universe, while the PlayStation 2 era games wind up in the 3D universe. Grand Theft Auto 4 and everything released afterward belongs in the HD universe. While the different universes mostly denote gameplay style and graphical quality, the distinction also helps ensure story consistency. Either way, if you cause enough chaos and destroy a city along the way, you'll be safe knowing that you've only riled up mayhem in one of 3 universes. Thanks for watching! Are there any exceptionally cool facts that you think we missed on this list? Comment below with your favorite GTA moments or facts. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and enable notifications so you'll never miss a new video.